Good morning. Good to see everyone. God bless you. Let's rise and sing.
All right, here we go. Take a look at the person next to you.
Take a look at the person next to
and
you.
say, God loves you and I love you too.
I love you too.
Feel the love in the sanctuary.
Feel the love in the sanctuary.
Lift your voice and repeat after me. We come together. We come together. We come together. In the name of love, we come together. We come together. We come together. In the name of love. Take a look at the person next to you. And say, I recognize the God in you.
I recognize the God in you.
Feel the love in the sanctuary.
Feel the love in the sanctuary.
Lift your voice and repeat after me. We come together. We come together. We come together. In the name of love, we come together. We come together. We come together. In the name of love, from every walk of life.
Every walk of life.
Every creed and color.
Every creed and color.
In kinship reunite.
We reunite.
And honor all the God in each other. Oh, take a look at the person next to you.
Take a look at the person next to you.
And say, Namaste, I bow to you.
Namaste, I bow to you.
Feel the love in the sanctuary.
Feel the love in the sanctuary.
Lift your voice and repeat after me. We come together. We come together. We come together. In the name of love, we come together. We come together. We come together. In the name of love.
We do come together in the name of love, and you all are so good at loving. You all are so good at loving. To me, this is the most loving place on Sunday morning there is anywhere on the planet. Good morning, I'm Reverend Gregory Toole. I welcome all of those that are online. Thank you so much for joining us. We know there's no time or space in God, so we know you are right here with us, and we bless you. And we welcome all of you who are right here with us because we can get those beautiful hugs afterward. All right? You promise? All right. So this is a place where we embrace every person right where they are. We know that right where you are is the perfect place for your next unfolding into your greater and greater yet to be. Right where you are. How many of you know that right where you are right now with everything that's happening in your life right now, everything is absolutely perfect. Yes. It is true. Thank you so much. Good to be here. With our announcements this morning is from our board secretary, Jan Mintz.
Good morning, everyone. So you know what I'm going to say first before I say the announcements. We're going to turn off our cell phones, right? Don't be the one who gets busted. If you've already taken a foundational class, Reverend Catherine McKinney is teaching Exploring the Roots of Science of Mind, which is required for practitioner training. This Thursday, September 18th, is the last day to sign up. Join the Arts and Craft Expo in Richelieu Hall today after service. Also today, Teen Workshop on Self-Love with Reverend Gregory is at 12:30 p.m. in the Teen Room. And our Women's Circle will be meeting at 12:30 across from the Teen Room. The Fall Concert and Dance series this Friday continues at 6 p.m. with the Soundscape Orchestra in Richelieu Hall. There's no cost and all are welcome. The Ecstatic Dance with DJ Trotsky will be on Wednesday, September 24th at 7 p.m. Divine Play, Improv for the Soul with Natalia Jansen is a fantastic workshop happening on Saturday, September 27th at 10 a.m. in Richelieu Hall. We invite you to a gondola getaway sunset cruise. Check out the new Divine Dining flyer at the activity table. The date is Saturday, October 4th, and the 12 highest and earliest bids will be chosen. Bidding closes on Sunday, September 28th at 12:15 sharp. Sharp, you guys. The drumming circle will be meeting on Sunday, September 28th at 12:30 across from the teen room. Sound bath, is it Vedic or Vedic vibes? Vedic vibes, Himalayan sound, and vibrational immersion with Sarah Kuruvia will be on Saturday, October 4th at 10 a.m. in Richelieu Hall. I just got to tell you guys, I think the charge, the flyer says it's $20. At Beach Cities Health District, it's $40. So she's really giving us a great discount. So take advantage of it. Remembrance Day video. We will create a brand new video of our loved ones who have passed. Please see our flyer at the activity table for how to include your loved one. Only newly submitted photos will be used. Event flyers are at the activity table in the lobby. To stay up to date, check out our weekly e-newsletter and Spirit Speaks magazine. This Wednesday's inspirational service will be led by our own Reverend Catherine McKinney. And if you're in need of a prayer today, come to the front of the sanctuary after service by the piano. A practitioner will lead a prayer circle, or you can place your prayer request in the prayer box in the foyer. New friends, if you're here for the first time, we have a little gift bag for you. So if you would raise your hand, if you're not too shy to, our ushers will bring you a little something to say thank you for your presence with us today. Any hands up? It's hard to see here. We have some. Make sure everybody gets their goodie bag. Thank you so much. And finally, a big thank you to all our volunteers. You are so appreciated. We could not run this place without you. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And now we will have some inspirational music to get ready for our invocation.
I would invite you all to turn within for a moment. Close your eyes and take a deep breath. Root down deep, spread your wings out wide. Trust in life, seek and you will rise.
Root down deep, spread your wings out wide. Trust in life, seek and you will rise. Seek and you will rise. Seek and you will rise. Root down deep, spread your wings out wide. Trust in life, seek and you will rise. Root down deep, spread your wings out wide. Trust in life, seek and you will rise.
seek, and you shall rise. Root down deep in your being where the presence of the divine, the presence of goodness, the presence of love, the presence of joy, the presence of wholeness, of harmony is right there at the center of each one of us. So we root down deep. We seek that presence, and we find it right there, and we rise. This morning, I recognize that presence that is within each one of us and is the very life of our own being. Knowing that we are divine expressions of the One, divine expressions of wholeness, completeness, love, I speak this word this morning knowing that this service unfolds from that place. It unfolds from us being rooted down deep in our being, where we absolutely know that God is and all is well. We root down deep this morning. Our service unfolds so beautifully, so perfectly. Whether it be healing, whether it be opening, whether it be a breakthrough, a new insight, a new awareness, whatever it is absolutely perfect. And we are changed for having arrived here this morning. I am grateful. I release this word. I let it be. And so it is. Amen.
Good morning, everybody. So this month, the month of transformation, breathe, I'm trying, I'm doing the best I can. Hello, fellas. Robbie Burns, the great Scottish poet, wrote, "O wad some power the giftie gie us, to see ourselves as others see us." Now, I do apologize to real Scots for my dreadful pronunciation, but essentially it's saying what a gift it is if we can see ourselves as other people see us. The lesson's there, and coming to face with yourself is very powerful. Did you know that facing yourself in the mirror is now a science? The social neuroscience of mirror gazing. The minute I read today's talk title, I thought of Michael Jackson's song, Man in the Mirror. And I'm going to read a little bit of it and just know that I don't say gonna. So I'm gonna make a change for once in my life. It's going to feel real good. Going to make a difference. Going to make it right. I'm starting with the man in the mirror. I'm asking him to change his ways. And no message could have been any clearer. If you want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and make a change. And then he goes on, na, 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 na. Now, my rendition does little to sell the song, but the words are terrific. So there are 3 benefits of mirror gazing. And that's once you get over the self-consciousness of giggling in the mirror. Do it on your own, it's less embarrassing. Greater self-awareness, taking a few minutes to connect with your own reflection, can reveal any difficult emotions you may overlook or minimize. However, gazing at your reflection can reveal that your emotions are far more severe than you initially thought. And that may help you apprise yourself of any mental blocks you need to address. It improves self-compassion. Mindfulness meditation often directs us to close our eyes and pay attention to our thoughts as they float by without judgment. Mirror gazing shifts the meditator's focus to their physical reflection, allowing them to challenge damaging self-criticism and negative self-talk. By calmly observing their self-critical thoughts, mirror gazing practitioners can start to develop a more compassionate judgment-free narrative. And it increases your comfort in your body. Mirror gazing can help us feel good about what we see in the mirror, rather than trying to hide our insecurities. Beyond simply increasing your self-compassion, calmly observing yourself can improve how you feel about yourself, healthily and humbly, and I promise you won't become a narcissist. Mirrors can evoke strong feelings in us. They can be incredibly powerful tools for changing our perspective and seeing parts of ourselves that are usually hidden as we look out into the world. If you want to know more about it, there's a great TEDx talk called what mirror meditation can teach you. Tara Well is a psychology professor at Columbia and has written extensively about this and talks about this on her lecture tours. The core lesson is your self-image is your inner image, inner mirror. The way you see yourself on the inside determines how you perform on the outside. So you change your self-image and change your results. Might sound a little familiar to some of you. And act as if. By behaving like the person you want to be, you begin to change your inner mirror, which then creates a positive feedback loop of improved performance and self-confidence. In the 1950s, Frederick Bales collaborated with Ernest Holmes in the founding of this teaching. In case you don't know his name, he wrote Basic Principles of Science of Mind and Your Mind Can Heal You. He encouraged his clients to look in the mirror for 7 days and state, I am, whatever value you want to manifest. Ernest Holmes had focused on the inherent potential for spiritual qualities like life, love, light, power, peace, beauty, and the joy that resides in all of us. So start with those if you like. Frederick Bales, when challenged by a skeptic about this method, suggested saying, this is the truth about me, whether I believe it or not. At the end of the week, he was astounded with the results. It's a start to confidently asserting, and so it is. And it's much more effective than, I hope that works. Thus endeth the reading, and so it is.
I would like to welcome today's guest musician performer, Anjali Ray. She's a very good friend of mine and one of the first musicians that I ever met, worked with, and collaborated with when I moved to LA back in 2007.
But we won't tell anybody that.
The first song we're going to do is called Change by Tracy Chapman.
If you knew that you would die today, you saw the face of God and love, would you change? Would you change? If you knew that love can break your heart when you're down so low you cannot fall, would you change? Would you change? How bad, how good does it need to get? How many losses, how much regret? What chain reaction will cause an effect? Makes you turn around, makes you try to explain, makes you forgive and forget, makes you change, makes you change. If you knew that you would be alone, knowing right but being wrong, would you change? Would you change? If you knew that you would find a truth that brings a pain that can't be soothed, would you change? Would you change? How bad, how good does it need to get? How many losses, how much regret? What chain reaction will cause an effect? Makes you turn around, makes
makes you try to explain, makes you forgive and forget, makes you change, makes you change. Makes you change. Are you so upright you can't be bent if it comes to blows? Are you so sure you won't be crawling? If not for the good, why risk falling? Why risk falling? If everything you think you know makes your life unbearable, would you change? Would you change? If you've broken every rule and vow, hard times come to bring you down, would you change? Would you change? If you knew that you would die today, if you saw the face of God I love, would you change? Would you change? Would you change? Would you change? If you saw the face of God I love, if you saw the face of God I love, would you change? Would you change?
Beautiful, beautiful. Anjali Ray. Thank you so much. Thank you for I love Tracy Chapman. I'm a big fan. Thank you for doing that. And now I'm a big fan of yours. That was awesome. Anjali Ray with Jean-Louis and Elise. Yes. Would you change? What would it take for you to change? How many of you embrace change here? How many of you just dive in with change? Boy, when change comes, you're like, yeah, let's go. Let's roll. Let's go. Yes, yes. Change, as they say, is the only constant. You know, like life is always change. So life is change. So if we resist change, we resist life. Yes? If we resist change, we resist life. I always say that for us in Science of Mind, for us in this teaching, we're actually like people in Science of Mind, people who are serious about Science of Mind ought to be the greatest people with change. Because we're in the change business. Like that's what we do, right? People come here, their lives change, their lives transform. People come here, they go to when you go to a practitioner, you don't go to a practitioner and say, could you pray for my life to stay exactly as it is? Usually you go to sometimes we go to a practitioner and say, I just want to pray for gratitude for all the goodness in my life. But most of the time, when we go to a practitioner, it's like we want to change. We want something to change. And then, of course, there's that cartoon I saw that I've referenced before that said, there's a crowd of people and it says, who wants change? And the crowd says, yes. And then they go, who wants to change? And the crowd was silent. There was someone I was counseling, I was doing some counseling work with, we were meeting on a regular basis, and I started to wonder if this person was really committed to making any change. So I asked them, I said, are you willing to change? He said, no. I said, you're not willing to change? He said, no. I fired my client. You know, a client can fire you, but I fired my client. Because I said, you're wasting your money because he was willing to pay. He was willing to pay. He's like, I'll pay you. I don't want to change. I just want to meet with you, have this, talk to you, and then go home. But the whole conversation was all about complaining about his life. So when he told me, I am not willing to change, I said, well, then we're done. There's nothing I can do for you. It wasn't a cold act. I still had lots of love and compassion for him, but there's nothing we could do. What were we doing? What were we doing there? So this month we're talking about transformation. Today we're talking about looking in the mirror, because Ernest Holmes said that the only place to begin is right where we are. To begin anywhere else, he said, is unscientific. And then we must understand, the person who practices this teaching knows that I am where I am because of what I am. The consciousness that I have developed up until this point. But that person also knows that even though I am what I am where I am because of what I am, we also know that we don't have to stay where we are because we don't have to stay what we are. Right? Ralph Waldo Emerson said, what you do speaks so loudly I can't hear a word you're saying. I like to say it in a different way. I like to say it, who you are speaks so loudly I can't hear a word you're saying. Right? Like who we show up to be. Like which essentially is the consciousness that we have developed up until this moment in time just is sitting right there. Our whole life is unfolding from that place. Sometimes in the foundation classes, or sometimes when people come to a practitioner, they'll have a whole list of things. Like here's all these things. And I remember early on, I think I was even a minister already, and I remember early on someone came to me and they just had this long list. And even I, as the counselor, was starting to fog over, I was starting to, my eyes were starting to glaze over, and I was like, oh my, it's like this long list. Until finally I pierced through the veil, and basically it's like there's only one thing going on, and if we can get to that one thing going on, it'll take care of all the rest of the things. Sometimes we say the way you do one thing is the way you do everything, because the way we do one thing is the way we do it with the consciousness that we're in right now. So that consciousness that we're in right now pervades everything in our life. And everything in our life starts to show up from that place. Does that make any sense? Yeah. So we must change if we want to change condition and we want to change in our lives, because what happens, someone said it's like insanity to keep doing the same thing and expect a different result. So we have to change. Remember last week we had 5 steps to transforming ourselves. And it began with awareness, which is a lot of what we're talking about today, which is that look in the mirror. The look in the mirror is what begins the awareness, because it begins to have us say, where am I right now? Where am I right now? Where are you right now? Now, never are we at any place that's a bad place, by the way. Never are we at a place that's a bad place. But we are at a place sometimes where change is being called for in our being. Yes, anyone at that place? Anyone at that place where change is being called for? Yeah. I shared with you, I think it was last week, that I had lost 15 pounds. I was like, whoa. Thank you. Y'all take applause for 2 weeks in a row on that. But the funny thing is that was not possible, and I still got a ways to go, by the way. But that was not possible until the awareness kicked in, until I truly looked in the mirror, because I was looking in the mirror and I was looking past all of that, which is a great thing, right? I see this beautiful person in front of me, which is the truth, right? It's the truth of my being. It wasn't a lie. That's the truth of my being, this beautiful person before me in the mirror. But I was kind of looking past it where I wasn't even seeing, because, I don't know if anyone else has ever gained any weight or not. Maybe it's just me, but somehow when weight comes on, it comes on usually fairly gradually, you know? And then it's like, oh, what happened here? Now, the funny thing is how the mind is a beautiful thing, but the mind can also deceive us, right? Because I went to the doctor and they put me on the scale and it told me the weight, which was a weight higher than any weight it had ever been before. But somehow that didn't register for me because I was in my mindset that, no, I'm good. And there's a part of me even that thought their scales are really off here. I'm sure it couldn't be me. But eventually, there was a couple things that happened that mainly I started to feel like unhealthy. I started to feel unhealthy. And I told you that I was I went to the doctor and I was telling him what's going on, and he put me on a heart monitor for 2 weeks. Well, that kind of got my attention. I mean, beautifully, it turned out that everything was okay. My heart is fine, but it was a wake-up, you know. I'm wearing this every day, looking in the mirror. When I'm getting ready in the morning, you know, here's these 2 electrodes right here in my heart area, and a little device that's recording everything that's going on in my heart. That really woke me up. I'm like, hey, how did we get here? Right? How did we get here? I'm like looking at that. So that was that awareness piece. That first step is awareness. It's like awareness of where I am and awareness that something is calling for a shift, right? That awareness piece. And then, everyone remember what the next step was? Oh, someone's good. Who said that? Who said decision over here? Was that you, Monica? Someone over here got the right answer. Wow, she's so modest, she's not even going to claim it. Decision, right? I had to make that decision that I'm going to make a change. And I started walking like I was not walking before, because before I'd walk a little bit and walk a little bit there. And I was playing volleyball when I first got here, and I was playing tennis when I first got here. But on the days that I played tennis and the days that I played volleyball, I was active. But the rest of the time, the awareness came to me that I was quite inactive, that I spent a lot of time sitting. And because I meditate and I can really get into stillness very easily, I could really sit. I could sit for hours. Some people would have to get up, you know, like, because they're like, oh, they would be fidgety. For me, no, I could sit for 3 hours, 4 hours, no problem. Now, that's great for meditation, but it's not great for, you know, if it becomes a habit, it's not great for the body. So I made that decision, like, I'm going to make a change. And then what was the next step? Who remembers what the next step was? Commitment. I love it. Some of you are paying attention. The next step was commitment. I had to make a commitment, because a decision without commitment is just like hanging out there in the wind, right? But I got really clear, you know, and I thought, I really want to be here a long time on this earth, you know, and I want to be here a long time at the center. And I got a lot to do, you know, I got a lot still remaining to do, and I don't want to just be here. I want to be vibrant and alive and well. And so I got that commitment, that fire in the belly. That's like, I got to make a change here. And so I started committing to walking and getting, you know, my goal is 10,000 steps a day of brisk walking. I haven't always hit it every day, but the commitment is there, so that when 9 o'clock rolls around and I haven't got my walk in, I'm still out there walking in the dark, you know, because the commitment is there. Without the commitment, if it was 9 o'clock and it's dark and I haven't got my walk, it's like, well, maybe another day. But that commitment was there. So it's like, okay, got to get my walk in today. Got to get out there today. Then there's that alignment piece. Aligning the consciousness. Aligning the consciousness. And so it was like, okay, I'm going to align with this consciousness of being well and being healthy. And then there's the final piece of action and taking that action. So there's a scripture in Romans that says, be not conformed to this world. Be transformed by the renewing of your mind. And that's what we're doing here in Science of Mind. What I love about Science of Mind is that we have the capability to make major change. And then someone will say, at times, that's hard. That's hard to make that change. That's hard. And what I came to realize is that often, when we're saying it's hard, often we're saying, I don't want to do it. That's different, right? We're saying, I don't want to do it. So that's where that commitment comes in. That commitment where we're so clear on what we're about. I was thinking about who are the people that really inspire me, who really transform themselves, really transform their lives. And putting politics aside, because this is, I've learned that politics is like a whole other thing unto itself, and I don't have, I can love all people. So if anyone has I want to talk about Arnold Schwarzenegger. And because he also is a politician, I was like, someone might not like his politics, whatever. I don't know if I like his, I don't know much, there. I know he was the governor of California. But I followed him from a very young age, because I was really into bodybuilding from when I was 15 to 20. And I followed him in the early days before everyone knew him, before he was really well known. And I watched his mindset, and I watched how he was moving in life and how confident he was. And how he was taking the steps. He was taking the steps toward greatness before he was ever even known. He was in that consciousness of greatness, right? So it's like who he was, what he was, the consciousness he was showing up with was already the consciousness that allowed him to go from famous bodybuilder, famous actor, governor of California, all from starting off as this person in Austria, not even born in the United States. This says to me how capable we are of making major change, because for me, transformation is really, it's really when we're willing to take that deep dive into ourselves and get out of our comfort zone. How many of you are willing not just to make changes, but to be transformed where your whole being is made new? How many of you are, we got one hand, 2, 3, a few coming up slowly. Transformation, some people, like the person when I was reading one of our spiritual books that we read here at the center, out at a coffee shop in Berkeley, and this woman was asking me what I was reading, and I told her all about this, and it was like all this deep dive into myself and how I was transforming my life, and I was transforming myself, and I was getting rid of things that no longer serve me, and I was stepping into the greater truth of who I am, and she just stopped me. She was like, she went to like a Lutheran church or Episcopal church, something like that, and she said, no, I just go to church. And then I go home, and that's what I do. She's like, that's too much what you're talking about. But here what I love is that we're about transforming our lives. And what that means to me is everything that came before this moment is irrelevant if we choose that we're now going to step into this greater consciousness. We're now going to be, so when we're looking out at the world and we're wondering who's going to make this change, who's going to do this, could it be you? Could it be me? because we can transform our lives. I can tell you, the person standing before you today is not the person that was standing here, not here, but standing in this world 30 years ago. Now, if you have people that really know you well, they will confirm that for you. I invited a woman, I invited the choir from my church that I came up in Science of Mind, to come when I first became a senior minister 20 plus years ago in Davis, California. And she came to the service, and there was a moment, I don't know why she was speaking, maybe she was going to do a solo part, and she literally said out loud, she said, "The person I knew wasn't Reverend Gregory here." And not like I was some terrible person, but it's like a transformation took place. A transformation took place whereby we become unrecognizable to some degree from who we once were. Except that the personality aspect is there, the physical aspect, but we become unrecognizable in a positive way, where we literally transform our lives. I had one other time in my life where, and maybe it has something to do with when I moved to a brand new place, because when I moved to Denver, I gained a lot of weight when I first moved to Denver for the first year. And I met a woman that first year, and she said, and she wasn't interested in me at all. Can you imagine that? A couple years later, I had worked out. I was really seriously working out. I was fit. I was really fit. And I ran into her at a social event, and she didn't recognize me. And then someone introduced her to me, and she said, "Wait, you're Gregory Toole?" And I didn't remember her. And I was like, "Yeah, you're Gregory Toole." "Yeah." She was just like, "What happened?" But I love that aspect of this life and this teaching, that we can totally transform our lives, whether it be in the physical arena, whether it be in relationship arena, whether it be in the money arena. Next month, we're going to be talking about prosperity. And I hope if there are people who have struggled with prosperity, who have struggled with money all their lives, I hope if you're one of those people, you will look at the possibility of totally transforming that in your life. That is what is possible with this teaching. That is what is possible. And even when we say, "I'm on a fixed income," I want to tell you that God doesn't know anything about a fixed income. All God knows about is possibility. Hope I'm not striking a nerve there. I think I am. But I just want to, next month when we're talking about prosperity, I want us to really realize that wherever we've been, we could totally change that situation. And it just begins by having that awareness, by being committed, by making a decision, being committed, taking those steps that we've talked about here. And the next thing you know, little by little, you've transformed your life. I want to say that is what we're here for. We are not here just to be comfortable. We are not here just to I'm going to just make a little change the window dressing. We are really here to prove the power and the presence of the divine right where we are. Yes? Yes. Thank you so much for listening today. God bless you. God bless you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. You all are awesome. You all are awesome. We're going to hear from Anjali Ray again with her accompanying musicians there.
You want to do it after the song? Do it now, sure. Anjali has a little announcement she would like to make to you all.
All right, first of all, thank you all so much for having me. Thank you to the Reverend. Thank you to my dear friend Elise. Isn't she just incredible? And thank you to John Luis for playing up here today. I'm a musician from right here in Redondo Beach. I've lived here for 20 years now, and it is just such a a pleasure to be able to play for the community like this. If you are interested in hearing more, my purpose in making music is to put love and compassion and beauty into the world, which I think is sorely necessary. I do have some CDs outside. They are totally free if you sign up for my mailing list, so I hope you will come and say hi once this beautiful service is over. Once again, thank you for having me. I am unwritten, can't read my mind, I'm undefined. I'm just beginning, the pen's in my hand, ending unplanned, staring at the blank page before you. Open up the dirty window, let the sun illuminate the words that you cannot find. Reaching for something in the distance, so close you can almost taste it. Release your inhibitions, feel the rain on your skin. No one else can feel it for you, only you can let it in. No one else can speak the words on your lips. Drench yourself in words unspoken, live your life with arms wide open. Today is where your book begins, the rest is still unwritten. I break tradition. Sometimes my tries are outside the lines. Yeah, we've been conditioned to not make mistakes, but I can't live that way. Staring at the blank page before you. Open up the dirty window, let the sun illuminate the words that you cannot find. Reaching for something in the distance, so close you can almost taste it. Release your inhibitions, feel the rain on your skin. No one else can feel it for you, only you can let it in. No one else can speak the words on your lips. Drench yourself in words unspoken, live your life with arms wide open. Today is where your book begins. No one else can feel it for you, only you can let it in. No one else can speak the words on your lips. Drench yourself in words unspoken, live your life with arms wide open. Today is where your book begins, the rest is still unwritten.
Angelie Ray, thank you so much for that. Another beautiful song. Thank you so much. John Louis, Elise Carver, yes. Yes, we thank you, thank you, thank you. I wanted to just say very briefly something, about the events in the world going on this week, and always there's events going on. And I want to remind us in our teaching of oneness that we're so alike as human beings, and it's so easy to think we're not, that people are so different from us, right? And I always think back to our DNA. Our DNA, literally, scientifically, our DNA is 99.9% the same in all of us. So the things that we think are so different are literally 0.1% of our human makeup. Yeah? So we are truly one. We're all on the same path and the same journey. So I really hope that us in this teaching in Center for Spiritual Living, where our core teaching is oneness, I really hope we don't go into that separation where we start to think that someone is so different than us because they have a different point of view, right? So I think we have a very important role to play in the world right now. When we're teaching about oneness, we can be that catalyst for healing in the world by not falling into the trap of believing in separation and that there's people out there that are so different than you that no one is that different than you or me. We're all the same. We all want the same things. So if we could just embrace all people everywhere, regardless of their point of view, even if they don't like me or don't like you, doesn't matter. We're about love. We're about love. Jesus said, you haven't gained anything by loving the people who treat you well. He said, love your enemies. Pray for those that despitefully use you. It's like that's where we've accomplished something. Let's really accomplish something here. Yeah, let's use this teaching in a really powerful way. Don't be in any of those, I'm asking you, don't be in any of those conversations that are about them. No. It's all us. We're all one. Thank you. And thank you for the ways that you support this community. We reached our time of conscious giving. It's so beautiful what's happening in this community. We had a town hall meeting a couple of Sundays ago, or last Sunday, or whatever. Time is a funny thing. I think it was last Sunday, actually. Was that last Sunday? Wow, that seems like a long time ago. And we talked about how we're just growing on so many levels. Our classes are growing. Our giving is growing. We're just like growing on so many levels, and it's thanks to you. You are facilitating that, so we appreciate you so much. Many different ways to give. You can text to give, 424-379-3733. You can go to the website, redondocsl.org/donate. You can use the QR code, of course, cash checks. And those of you online, if you receive something good today, consider going to the website or using the QR code and supporting us financially. Thank you so much. And now, if you'll hold your gift in your hand or hold your hand to your heart, let us say our affirmation together. Divine love consecrates my gift. It goes forth to heal, to bless, and to prosper all those who give and all those who receive. I rejoice in the sharing of my good, and I release my gift with love, and so it is. Yes.
I'm grateful for the morning. Grateful for the sunlight on my face, grateful for the feeling. I'm grateful for the knowing, grateful for the love that's in this place, grateful for believing that God is all there is, that God is all there is. I'm grateful for the morning, grateful for the sunlight on my face, grateful for the feeling. I'm grateful for the knowing, grateful for the love that's in this place, grateful for believing that God is all there is, that God is all there is.
Thank you to our wonderful lead musician, Elise Carver, over there. Thank you to Jean-Louis Boudreau. He's not really even a guest musician anymore. He's like a regular musician here now. Yeah. And thank you to Anjali. I hope we will have you back again, Anjali Ray. That was wonderful. Great musician. Thank you to our ushers. Thank you to our guys back in the audio-visual booth. Grant and his team back there. They do an awesome job every Sunday. Such a professional output. If you've never watched it on YouTube, go watch it because it is a professional production that those guys do back there. So thank you all so much. Thank you to the people who work in hospitality in the kitchen. They're out of sight here in the sanctuary, but thank you so much. That by the time we get out of here, they're already got all kind of good stuff prepared for us to snack on. Thank you to all of you for being here today. Let's stand and do some prayer. So get yourself ready for the prayer. We're not holding hands just yet. That's gonna come next. I love it. You're like, I'm ready to hold hands. Because we're gonna do some prayer. You need your hands free when you pray, because you're gonna be like, I'm speaking my word right now. You can't be all tied up with someone. You got to be ready to. All right. So let's get ready for prayer. Let's get into that space where I'm in my power. I'm grounded. I'm present. Right? We've got to get into that space because we want to pray from that place of knowing. Right? Yes. All right. I'll invite you to repeat after me. There's only one life.
There's only one life.
That life is God's life.
That life is God's life.
That life is perfect.
That life is perfect.
That life is my life
That
right
life
now.
is my life right now.
I, Gregory, speak my word.
Speak my word.
It is a word of power.
It is a word of power.
I speak my word and I know
Speak my word and I know
that my life is in transformation right now.
that my life is in transformation right now.
The good that is already there is being magnified.
The good that is already there is being magnified.
Where there appears to not be good,
Where it appears to not be good,
it's not the truth.
is not the truth.
And in its place,
And in its place,
something amazing is unfolding right here and right now.
something amazing is unfolding right here and right now.
Nothing can remain in my life
Nothing can remain in my life
that is not serving my highest good.
that is not serving my highest good.
Any of that stuff I cast out.
Any of that stuff I cast out.
And I embrace the good that is right now mine. I embrace it.
And I embrace the good that is right now mine. I embrace it.
I am grateful. I'm grateful for this awareness.
I'm grateful for this awareness.
I'm grateful for this truth.
I'm grateful for this truth.
And I'm grateful for the good that is manifesting right now.
And I'm grateful for the good that is manifesting right now.
I release this word.
I release this word.
I release it to an immutable law.
I release it to an immutable law.
See how you need your hands? That immutable law only knows to say yes.
That immutable law only knows to say yes.
Therefore, it is done
Therefore it is done
just as I have declared.
just as I have declared.
So I let it be.
So let it be.
And so it is.
So it is.
Yes. Aren't you glad you had your hands free? Or maybe you weren't like me. I'm like, All right, so I'm going to invite us now to hold hands with your neighbor. We're going to sing the peace song. Practitioners, ministers coming up here on the stage.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it be